Greeting dear student and welcome to the class. Today we'll be doing question number 81 of T.S. Grewal's book. So I hope you will be able to see this numerical on your screen. This is question number 81, page number 5.103. So let us read this numerical first. A and B are partners in a firm sharing profits in the ratio of 3:1. They admit C as a partner for 1/4 share in the future profits. C brings 60,000 for his capital, and the balance sheet of A and B is given to you as capital. A and B is capital, general reserve, then there is a creditor, land and building, plant and machinery, stock, debtors, provision for doubtful debts, investment and cash. And other adjustments are goodwill of the firm is valued at 24,000, land and building valued at 65,000, and plant and machinery at 60. So land and building is increasing by 25,000 while plant and machinery is decreased by 10,000. Provision for doubtful debt is to be found in excess by rupees 400. So here you are reducing your liability, so this will be a gain for the firm. A liability of 1200 including in sundry creditors was not to be payable. So again this is also a gain. The capitals of the partners are to be adjusted on the basis of C's contribution of capital to the firm. So this is type 1 capital adjustment, where new partners capital is treated as base capital for calculating the capitals of old partners. Excess or shortfall in any is to be transferred to current account. So let us start. So first of all, we'll be preparing revaluation account. You know the format of revaluation account. This is my debit side and credit side, particulars and amount. There is no date column here, and this will be the partner's capital account. Because I told you to do this numerical, all the adjustments simultaneously, so side by side we'll be preparing balance sheet also. So let us fill the details in the balance sheet also. This balance sheet is after admission, new balance sheet. So this is liability side, amount, and assets and amount. So let us start with the first adjustment. First of all we'll do the adjustment on both sides of revaluation as well as in the balance sheet. So first of all, land and building is valued at 65,000. So there is a rise in land and building. It will be a gain for us. And with the difference, earlier it was 40,000 and now it is 65,000. So there is an increase of 25,000. And likewise in the balance sheet also we'll be recording this in the balance sheet. Land and building, you can write it directly 65,000, or if you wish you can mention in the inner column 40,000 plus appreciation. Now next is plant and machinery at 60,000. So plant and machinery is reduced to plant and machinery. It is reduced by 10,000 because earlier the value was 70 and now it is 60. So this is my rough column, working column. So 60, so this will be 10,000. 10,000 will be decrease in the value of plant and machinery. So I am recording it here decrease in the value of plant and machinery, earlier 70, now 60, so we'll be writing 60 directly. And now next is provision for doubtful debt was to be found in excess by 400. So what will happen if provision for doubtful debt is found in excess? It will be a gain for us. So you know where to record the gain, because there is a reduction in liability. Provision for doubtful debts will be 400. And how to show this in the balance sheet, because we are completing double entry system. You know that as we did in case of final accounts, all the adjustments are to be treated twice. So here also we are treating adjustment twicely, and amount of debtor is 35,000. This is given to us, and earlier provision was 1,000, provision for doubtful debts, so it is being reduced by 500. So it is 600 now, and it will be recorded as 34,400 in the balance sheet. And next adjustment, liability of 1,200 including in sundry creditors was not to be payable now. So this is also a gain for us. We don't have to pay a creditor with rupees 1,200. So if this will reduce our creditors. Here also in the balance sheet, creditors are given to us as rupees 70,000 less decrease, this is 1,200, so your creditors are 68,800. So these were the adjustments which were to be done in the balance sheet, and the capital of the new partners are to be adjusted on C's contribution, and C has brought 60,000 as capital. So we'll be recording all these here. But first of all, let us calculate the result of revaluation account. So let us add it up. The total of this side will be 26,600 and the profit will be 16,600. So to profit transfer to partners capital, where will you transfer this? We will be transferring this to old partners, old ratio. Old partners are A and B and their ratio is 3:1. So we'll be dividing this in the ratio of 3:1, 3/4 into 16,600 to A, and 1/4 into 16,600 to B. So let us see how much A and B will be getting. So B will be getting 4 4s are 16, 1 and 50, 4 1 50, and the remaining profit will be 12,450. This will go to A. Now your revaluation account is completed. Now let us prepare partners capital account. There is a capital adjustment also. So we'll be preparing this partners capital account in two parts. I told you that earlier also, if you can manage, if you are very confident that you will be able to manage this in single part, you can do that also, but otherwise it is better to prepare in two parts. So first of all, the first item has to be by balance brought down. These are the capitals of A and B, 50,000 to A and 80,000 B's capital. C has invested by cash. Nothing is mentioned. C was bringing, so we assume that he is bringing in cash 60,000. And one more important thing is that in this case, question is silent relating to the treatment of goodwill. But the goodwill of the firm is valued at 24,000. So let us do this in working notes. Goodwill of the firm is valued at 24,000. So will be calculating C's share of goodwill. C is joining the firm for 1/4 share, so C's share of goodwill will be 6,000. Because question is silent relating to the treatment of goodwill, so we assume that C is unable to bring and will be taking this from C's current account. And you know the journal entry, C's current account debit to A's capital and to B's capital. 6,000. Which ratio? Sacrificing ratio. Now because single share of the partner is given, new partner is given, and old ratio is given without any condition. In that case, if single share of partner is given, new partner, and old ratio is given, we assume that they continue to sacrifice in the same ratio. So this will be same as sacrificing ratio also. So let us divide this 6,000 in 3:1. So if you divide 6,000 in 3:1, it will be 3/4, 1,500. So this will be 4,500 for A and 1,500. B will get 1/4 of this, 1,500 for B. So 4,500 and 1,500. So let us transfer this particular entry here also by C's current account. This is for goodwill. It will be better if you mention it like this, and 4,500 will go to A and 1,500 will go to B. Nothing in C's column, and this C's current account, because it is having a debit balance, it will be shown on the asset side of the balance sheet. So this is my balance sheet. I am completing each and everything side by side. So here we'll be writing C's current account 6,000, and moreover C is bringing cash. Already cash balance given in the balance sheet is 10,000 plus C's capital. C's capital is 60,000. So the total of these two will be 70,000. So this also you need to make the adjustment here. Now next, what else is given to us? Journal reserve is given to us, so you can distribute this journal reserve also. Old reserves will be distributed in the old ratio. The amount of journal reserve is let me see, this is 10,000, so it will be distributed in the old ratio 3:1. So 3/4 into 10,000 for A and 1/4 into 10,000 for B. So this is 7,500 and this is 2,500. So let us give them journal reserve. Then we'll be giving them revaluation profit. This is the revaluation profit. So we'll be writing like this: by revaluation account, and in the bracket or by putting hyphen you can mention profit. This is 12,450 and 4,150 for B. So these are the possible items, total adjustments which are to be done. So now let us calculate the closing balance, actual closing balance, because second part will be utilizing for making the capital adjustment. This is commonly known as double decker. Student used to call it double decker capital account. Whenever there is a capital adjustment, it is better to, especially in this case, when you are required to calculate old partner's capital, it is better to do by this method. So let us add this 50,000, 50, this is 12, so this will be 74,450. Yes, 74,450, the total of this side. And let us see the total of this side. This is 84,000 and 88,150. and this is 60,000. So their balancing figure to balance carried down will be 74,450 for A, 88,150 for B, and 60,000 for C. Now you need to calculate the capital adjustment. So you know the various steps of capital adjustments. So these are my working notes showing the adjustment of capital. And it is clearly mentioned in the numerical. If you see the last line, excess or shortfall, if any, is to be transferred to the current account of partners. So we'll be transferring the excess to the current accounts of the partners. So what is the first step? Step 1 is you will calculate total capital of the firm based on C's capital. So total capital of the firm is C's capital multiplied by reciprocal of C's share. C's share is 1/4 and reciprocal of this is 4/1. And one important thing is that when C has not brought his share of goodwill, we are using current account. And if you are not using current account, if you are doing this through capital account, then your answer will vary, because this way in that case we have to take the premium from his capital, and this will reduce his capital, and reduction in capital means reduction in total capital. So it is always advisable, whenever incoming partner is not bringing his share of goodwill, it is always taken from his current account rather than taking it from his capital account. So the total capital of the firm is 2,40,000. Now second step is we need to calculate new profit sharing ratio. New profit sharing ratio we will be calculating. So let us calculate new profit sharing ratio. Old ratio is 3:1 of A and B. C is joining for 1/4 share and nothing is mentioned, so our step will remain same. Let firm's profit be 1 minus C's share 3/4. This is the remaining. Remaining will be distributed between A and B in the old ratio. So A's new share is equal to A's old share. This is A's old share, 3/4 multiplied by remaining. Remaining is also 3/4, 9/16. B's new share is equal to B's old share multiplied by remaining is 3/4. And C's share is already given to us 1/4, so it will be 4/4, 4/16. I told you that if you multiply and divide this by same number, this is not going to change the ratio. So now finally your ratio will be 9:3:4. If you check the numerator total, it is 16 and denominator also 16. So third step will be dividing this capital in the new profit sharing ratio. So let us divide this capital in new profit sharing ratio. 2,40,000 we are dividing in the new profit sharing ratio. 9:3:4. C has already invested as 60,000, so we don't have to disturb C's capital. It is as per the new ratio also, but we need to calculate A and B's capital. So A's capital will be 9/16 into 2,40,000. This should be the required capital, because we want that the capital should be according to the new profit sharing ratio. So let us solve this. This is 4 and 60. So 4 and 15. 15 nines are 1,35,000. So A's capital should be 1,35,000. Same way we'll calculate for B. B's share is 3/16 into total capital of the firm. So this will be 15,000. just wait, this will be 45,000. Yes, so I hope it is clear to you. Now in the fourth step we'll compare the capital, and I told you while comparing capital, compare through partner's capital account. So let us do all these steps here. So first step is we'll transfer the capitals here, close opening balances, this will become opening balance because this is second part. So this is opening capital balances just for the sake of capital adjustment. 88,150 and this is 60,000. Now our desired closing balances should be, A should have, we'll be writing here, and we are fixing these balances. These are not balancing figure, but we want that balancing figure of A should be 1,35,000, B should be 45,000 and C should be 60,000. And whatever be the difference, that difference will be transferring to current accounts of the partners. So let us do. So here it is 1,35,000. Yes. So this is 1,35,000 and this side is, while actual capital is less. So in this case we can ask A to bring the capital, but we are not doing this through cash. So this balance will be transferred to A's current account. And where will you show A's current account? This will be shown on the asset side of the balance sheet. So A's current account will be 1,35,000. Let us see the difference. 0, 5 and again 5, then 0, 60,550. Let us calculate for B. B is having excess capital. We want B's capital to be 45 while it is 88,150. So what is to be done in that case? We'll transfer this to B's current account, which will be shown on the liability side of the balance sheet. It will be 43,150. 43,150 and rest will be as it is. So this is the part of capital adjustment. So you don't have to show special notes, only this will suffice your working note. This will work as a working note as well as your main calculation also. So this will suffer, this can be used in two ways, and no extra, no any journal entry, nothing is to be required unless and until it is specifically asked in the numerical. Now let us complete the balance sheet. On the balance sheet, let us copy down all the items. Now the items to be written here are the capitals of A, B and C, which is the required balances. It will be 1,35,000 for A and 45. Now see these capitals are in profit sharing ratio. So we have done the capital adjustments here. So it will be 2,40,000 and we'll be writing their current account also. So B's current account will be written here as 43,150 and A's current account will be written here. It will be 60,550. And what is the journal entry? If you are required to make a journal entry for this will be A's capital account debit, A's current account debit to A's capital account. So because of its debit balance, it will be recorded on the asset side. Likewise, the journal entry for this will be, yes, B's capital account debit to B's current account. So B's current account will have a credit balance. So that's why it is to be shown on the liability side of the balance sheet. Now let us see if any other item is left. Land and building we have done, plant and machinery, stock. We have not written the stock. So let us write the stock. There is no change in the value of stock. It is as it is, 30,000. After stock there is an investment of 26,000. There is no change in the investment also. And on liability side, creditors we have written partners capital and the current accounts of the partners. So let us add all the items. If you add all the items on the, this will be 5 and this is 9, 8 and 3, 1, 11, then 10 and 4, 14 and 1, 15, 3,51,950 on this side. And let us see the total on this side. So this will be 0, 5 and then 9 here and 5, 4, 9, 6, 15 and 6. 21, 1, 2 and this is 12, 3, 15, 15 and 7, 22, 22 and 9, 31, 31 and 2, 31 and 2 is 33, 35, 2 carry forward, yes, 3,51,950. So I hope all the steps which we have done in this numerical must be clear to you. Various adjustments of revaluation, then capital adjustment, and the capital adjustment, the working notes of capital adjustment along with the treatment of goodwill. This is also very important that you need to treat the goodwill through partners current account. So now you can practice all the numericals of T.S. Grewal relating to capital adjustment as well as the other adjustments, and in the next lecture we will be doing the second type of capital adjustment when the new partner is required to bring proportionate capital or when new partner's capital is not given in the numerical. So that's all for today. Have a nice day.